Hello, my name is Sullivan Shaw, and this is my video for the Civil Rights Movement discussion post. So the first thing that we were supposed to talk about was the letter from Birmingham, the Birmingham jail that Martin Luther King Jr. was in, and a couple of the things I really liked about that letter where he said injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, and I think I've heard that before, but I don't know, just like reading it with like I guess an academic intent to like understand it better. I don't know. It was really interesting to me about how like that is a very true thing and how like if injustice is happening, like that's not just injustice is happening there, it like applies to everywhere. And I don't know, I think that's really interesting. um and he also said that you can't ignore injustice just because it's not happening to you, which is also really cool. Because yeah, you need to be sticking up and like doing things like and making sure that you're sticking up for what you believe in and making sure that like these things are like working correctly. And something that kind of goes off of that is he talks about like his frustration with the white moderate and how they preferred order over justice and how they slowed the progress more than outright racists did. And I think that kind of goes along with what I just said is really cool because like just because like you're not like doing anything bad necessarily, like you have to be doing good as well. Like you can't just be in the middle not doing anything because it's like really important that you are doing something, because if you're not doing anything, even like good or bad, it's not going to be helpful for anybody. um and yeah, and then the second thing I talked about was the I did day 3, the Americans in education. And so it talks about how they were legalized by separate but equal, but that's not true. And that statement alone is unjust because you can't be equal if you're separate, and that's crazy to think that you are. Because black students got fewer resources, older textbooks, and overcrowded classrooms. Um, but Brown v. Board of Education challenged this inequality, which was good, obviously. Um, and yeah, and then even in higher education with like colleges, they were still excluded from white colleges. They were separate again. Um, and HBCUs were founded to give them access to education because they need education as well. And even when integrating students like James Meredith faced mobs and violence, which is insane. But I feel like it really shows that like this was a completely different time. Like not even that long ago, like this level of like injustice and hate is, I don't know, it's pretty crazy to think about that like just not that long ago, like this was a normal thing, that like mobs and violence were just kind of there and kind of happening. But yeah, and since it grew unevenly, African Americans were deliberately excluded from quality public education, and education became a major battleground for the civil rights movement, which is crazy that um, education had to be a big battle and that somehow that wasn't like immediately should be an equal thing. But yeah, so that's my discussion post for this one. So thank you.